This is the O Pen Glow. It looks just like the other Olight O Pens, but with some really nice improvements. Upon unboxing, you'll find the Glow itself, with the manual, a magnet clamp with adhesive, an extra ink cartridge, a C-type charging cable, and a charging dock. The Glow itself is not waterproof, but it does have a 0.8 meter or 2 foot 7 inch impact rating and weighs just over 1 ounce or just under 40 grams. The Glow is powered by a built-in 110 milliamp 3.7 volt lithium polymer battery. It includes features such as a Class 1 green laser pointer in the 510 to 530 nanometer spectrum with a 6-hour runtime. The color tint for the clip light is 5700K with a 5 to 120 lumen output. And lastly, the newest feature is the glowing 0.2 lumen output tip ring coming in at 4000K with a 2.5-hour runtime. The Glow clip also has a max beam distance of 14 meters or 45 feet, and the max candela is 48 CD for the clip light. I'll leave the manual on the screen now just in case I leave out any details, so pause the video here to see those details. During my runtime test in the 120 lumen high mode, the clip light ran for 2 minutes before stepping down, even though the manual says it should run for 14 minutes at 120 lumens. This happened because the thermal output reached its peak after about 2 minutes and 15 seconds, causing the light to get too warm to continue operating at that output. Hence, the advanced temperature regulator kicked in and stepped it down. After this initial step down occurred, the light then stepped down 2 more times before the battery became completely depleted for a total runtime of 39 minutes. And of course, during my thermal test, the light reached a max thermal output of 135 degrees Fahrenheit or 57 degrees Celsius after about 2 minutes and 15 seconds of use. During my recharge time test, the Glow only took 46 minutes to fully recharge from completely depleted using my Olight MCA charger. During my secondary runtime test for the tip light in the 0.2 lumen output, the tip light ran for 2 hours and 41 minutes, which was 11 minutes longer than the suggested runtime in the manual. Now let's take a quick tour of the modes and general operation of the O Pen Glow.
This right here is the O Pen Pro, and this right here is the O Pen 2, and this right here is the brand new O Pen Glow. Now the O Pen Glow, obviously it's going to be a lot lighter because it's not in copper. I got those in copper for some reason. If you want to watch a video review on these two pens, I'll leave a link down in the description and one on the screen now. So this is the O Pen Glow, and it's the ultimate O Pen in my personal opinion because of all the different bells and whistles that it has, on top of being just way better UI altogether. So with that said, let's jump right into it. You have no C-type charging port on the body of this light, which means since there's no C-type charging port here, you're going to have to use the external charging dock. Now that's run right into my MCA Olight charger, and that's what happens when you charge it. The thing turns red. So now it's red, and when it's done charging, it's going to turn green, just like in the recharge portion of this video. So once that turns green, you're good to go, and that's going to last you the whole day, if not a whole week, depending on how much you actually use this light. Now there's a button on top that you can turn on the clip light, and how that works is you just hold it down. It's going to go into that moonlight mode, so just hold down. You're in that moonlight mode, press it and hold it again. It will cycle through, and it will keep cycling through, and you can kind of go ahead and hold it down again, hold it down again. You don't actually have to like hold it to cycle it through. There's just different ways you can push it, and then you can obviously turn it off. If you want to go into the direct moonlight mode, hold it down. If you want to go directly in turbo, double click, 1, 2, boom. Now we're in the turbo mode, or I should say the high mode, because that's not really a turbo. It's a high mode. It's the highest mode you can get into. Turn it off. If you hold it down, it'll flash once, and then you release, and you're going to be in the lockout mode. So none of the other features that are on the light are going to be able to work until you turn it out of lockout mode. So now it's out of lockout mode here, and you double click again, you can go into that turbo mode. The newest and most important, most interesting feature of this light is now this part right here. As you can see, I retracted the pen, but now when I push the back button here, it lights up. And that is the glow portion of this light. So that's why they call it the O Pen Glow. So now when you're writing down on a piece of paper like this, it's going to look just like that. It's going to light up the piece of paper. That's 0.2 lumens, which is basically like having no lumens, but it's plenty of lumens when you need to write something down in the dark. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one. It's really, like I said, it's one of the better UIs that I've seen on the pens, and it's just a more intuitive pen in general. Now, for the internals here, if you open this up, you're going to be able to see that it does have a replaceable ink cartridge in here, and they give you an extra one as well. And when you put it in there, you're going to have to like kind of hold the button down and wedge it right in there, and you'll hear it like feels like it slides into something. And then once that does, you just put that back on and you'll be able to retract it like so. Now it does come with this little magnetic thing that goes onto your desk or wherever you want to put this charging dock, because this charging dock at the bottom of it, it is magnetic, so you can stick it onto different things. But that is also a magnet as well, so that way you can, if you don't have a surface, say your desk is wooden, like mine has metal and wood on it, I could just stick it right on and it will stay because this is magnetic. But if your desk is not magnetic, you can go ahead and stick this down and put it on top of there, and it will hold your pen in place for when you need to charge it. They also give you an extra little piece of 3M adhesive right there, so that's always good to have as well. Now the run times for this is pretty decent. When you go ahead and you retract this, you'll have a 2.5 hour run time on the tip light. And then if you want to turn it on to the moonlight mode, that moonlight mode is going to give you 5 hours of run time. You upgrade again to the 20 lumen, that's going to give you 1 hour and 50 minutes run time. Press it again, that's going to put you in the medium mode, that's going to be 60 lumens, that's going to run for 45 minutes. And then of course you've got your 120 lumen high mode, which is really, really pretty bright if you ask me. And also that's going to run for about 14 minutes. And during my test, I got a little bit less time than that. But then after the 14 minutes, it's going to drop down to 60 lumens for another 21 minutes. And then of course, you know, the elephant in the room is the laser, of course, and the laser is going to run for 6 hours, which is a really decent run time. Now, some of you might ask, well, I already have an O Pen and I have tons of ink. Will the O Pen cartridge for the older O Pens work in the new ones? Well, we're going to find out together right now. So I'm going to take this out. Now, I noticed right away that there's no magnet, or sorry, there's no spring in the new one compared to the old one, which is, I actually like the fact that it doesn't have a spring because that's just more stuff to lose. So I'm going to put this aside, and this is the old model. And guess what, guys? The old model, I think, yeah, it seems to be fitting. Oh yeah, it works. Yeah, that's it. So that's perfect. So yes, you can use the old ink in the new pen. It's not any different. In fact, you hold them side by side and they're exactly the same ink cartridge. So that's pretty nice. But I have OCD, so I'm going to put my new one back in the new pen and my old one back in the old pen. And obviously the older model uses the same ink cartridge, so you should be fine there. But as a form of redundancy, to make sure that what I'm talking about is correct, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys as well that this is going to be the same exact size. See? So you're good. Don't worry about it, guys. I wouldn't steer you in the wrong direction, and I don't think Olight would either when it comes to these pens. These guys are meticulously trying to make these things awesome. It does come with a 2-year warranty that is free from defects, so if it does break, you're going to have that option. All right, guys, this is the Olight O Pen Glow beam shot test, and right here we're in the 5 lumen mode, and now we're going to bring it up to the 20 lumen mode. You can see this is actually lighting up the room pretty well in the background here. And now we're going to go into the 60 lumen mode. 60 lumens is super bright. You can see my clipboard here. You can see some stuff in the background, and you could definitely see me, and you could see if I point it up to the ceiling, it lights up the room pretty good. But now we're going to go into the 120 lumen mode. That's the high mode, and you can see everything in the background here. You can see everything that's going on in the room. It lights me up pretty well. You can actually see everything pretty good for that. So if you ever wanted to light up a room, you can do that with your pen. And of course, we're going to try the laser here. You can see the laser in the background there. You can see the laser on the clipboard right here. Not bad. It's nice and bright. Now let's try the tip here to turn on that light as well. And you can see, right, this is what it looks like here. You can see like the paper in front of me. I'm going to do some scribbles on it. guys probably can't see that. Yeah, there you go. All right. You can see pretty well with this, even though it's 0.2 lumens. But, you know, if you really want to light up a room, boom, you can take care of that right away by just pressing this button here twice. Throws you right into that high mode, and you can see all the stuff that's in the background in the studio here. Pretty cool. I really like this light.
My pros and cons are as follows. First, the pros. The Glow UI is a 10 out of 10, the outputs are excellent, and the new tip light is a fun and useful feature. My only con is that there is no onboard C-type charging, which for some folks always on the go might be a deal breaker, but from an EDC perspective, there would not be that much of an issue just bringing it home at the end of the day and throwing it on the charger like I do with many of my other Olight flashlights. With that said, the O Pen Glow retails for $79.99, but you can pick one up during the May flash sale for just $55.99. There will also be a brand new Stars and Stripes Edition i3T available on sale for just $18.69, sold both individually or in a combo package with the Glow for just $61.18, which is a great deal. And just for logging in during the sale, there'll be a free red Gober that regularly retails for $14.99. And if you're watching this video but the sale has ended, you can still save some money by using my promo code PG10 to save an additional 10% off of your purchase on the Olight store website. I'll leave links for everything down in the description. I hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Prepared Guy, and until next time, stay prepared.